Well, the mic was off. Hello guys, welcome back to Makeup and Hustle. My name is Vidhi. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're very up close and personal today, and that is because we're trying out the new Morphe foundation. But before we start, I just want to say, excuse my nails. They are horrible looking. I'm still in hotel quarantine, and I still have 6 days to go, and I don't have a nail polish remover, so I'm kind of stuck like this. But enough of rambling on, let's get out into the video. So I've got the new Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. It's medium to full coverage. We'll get into the claims here in a bit. I have it in the shade medium 13. I ordered mine from the Mecca website. It comes in a nice frosted glass bottle. It's very sleek, very elegant. It comes with just a little bit under 1 ounce of a product. So it's got 28 mils, usually it's 30 mils of product, and it does come with a pump, which I really appreciate. I have only my skincare on my face today. I haven't primed or anything, and I don't think I will prime just because I want to see how this performs on its own. I'm just going to pump out a little bit, maybe around 2 pumps. So it's semi-runny, like it's not super runny formula. Let's see how this goes. Now on the website, it does say the best way to apply this is with a foundation brush. So I have my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 4 brush, which is what I use typically for foundation. I'm just going to dot this around. So let's try this out on this side first. So while I'm applying this foundation, let's go ahead and look at some of the claims. Okay, so as far as claims go for this foundation, it is natural finish, medium coverage, it is buildable, so we'll definitely try to build it up. It is an oil-free formula, and it's paraben and fragrance-free. It does come with hyaluronic acid, so it'll be great for hydration, as well as vitamin E, which is great for like nourishing the skin again. And it also has glycerin, so it is meant to be a rather hydrating formula on your skin. It does come in 40 different shades, ranging from fair to some richer skin tones as well. And it seems like it has a varied range of undertones as well. I will pop up a list of all the shades on the screen for you to have a look. I got mine from Mecca, and it is $30. And I did use their shade finder to determine the correct shade for my skin tone. And from the looks of it, it's not a bad match. I reckon it's a pretty decent match. Okay, so it's a nice medium coverage from 1 layer, as it mentions, and it's not an utterly matte formula, neither is it like super hydrating either. It is an oil-free formula. This is what it's looking like with one half with the foundation, and this one not really. It has definitely evened out my skin tone in general, and it seems to have covered up my minor freckles and stuff like that on this side, although this is not my heavier side when it comes to freckles. So let's try it on this side. I'm still using whatever's left at the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to do the same tapping. So I have to say that whatever is on the back of my hand, like it didn't dry really easily, so it is a pretty, like, it gives you time to work with the formula, so it is pliable, which is great. It's really easy to blend out, I have to say. Again, you can see tiny bit of freckles showing through, but that's usually with every foundation. But it is meant to layer well, claims to be buildable, so we're definitely going to put that to the test. But I reckon, like, for my face, which is a pretty big face, 2 pumps is a pretty decent amount. I'm just going to take 1 more pump just to the back of my hand, so that is 1 pump. And I'm just going to go in with the brush directly, and I'm just going to dot this now. And I reckon 1 pump might be too much, so whatever is left on my brush, I'm just going to dot it everywhere first. Alright, let's just buff this out. Typically, I would be very happy with the coverage that it's given me with 1 layer. off late I don't go for like super full coverage foundations because I tend to like powder anyway, which adds a layer of color anyway onto the onto your skin. So I feel like, you know, the lighter layers you work with, the easier it is to make it look natural. So it's done a little bit of a better job of covering up my freckles a bit more on this side now with the 2 layers. So I mean, it builds beautifully, although I feel like around my nose area it looks a little bit heavier, so I don't quite like that. And whatever is left on the back of my hand, which isn't much, I am just going to use it underneath. Just gonna come up a little bit closer so you can have a look at my skin. I mean, pores are not looking too bad. You can definitely still see them, but they don't look horrible. And yeah, I think my skin overall looks pretty healthy. Like, I'm not complaining about that at all. I quite like what I'm seeing, although I think 1 layer is probably the way to go. I feel like 2 layers is just making it a bit too much on the skin. I feel like it'll absorb into the skin well once it's settled. So let's go in with concealer. I'm going to go in with concealer that is not going to interfere with the foundation a lot. And for me, the best concealer to go in with is my Instant Age Rewind. This is one of those concealers that usually doesn't interfere with anything else once you have it on the skin. And you don't need much because, I mean, I've added a lot of foundation that's covered up pretty much everything, so you don't really need to add much. And I'm just using the same foundation brush to blend that out as well. I'm just going to quickly do a light dusting of powder. So for that, I'm going in with my Flower Beauty powder in beige. I'm just going in with a really light layer. I'm just going to concentrate it in my T-zone. Typically, no, like that's where I would get oily anyway. All right, I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I've got my makeup done for the day. And I just wanted to let you know, I've kept it really simple on my face, as you can tell. I've only added some bronzer and blush. For bronzer, I went in with my Revlon Skin Lights bronzer in 002 Cons 10. And then for blush, I used the L'Oreal Life's a Peach blush. I've added just a bronzer on my eyelids, and then I topped it up with just a little bit of a brown liner in the corner and my mascara, which is just a Nykaa one. I've also kept the mascara very, very simple today. And for my lips, I have the NYX Nude Lip Liner, and I paired it up with my MAC matte lipstick in taupe. This is like my favorite lipstick. It's like an everyday, really amazing color. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I don't have any highlighter. I just wanted to keep the texture and not enhance anything. Like, I didn't want to draw attention to anything. That's why I've kept my eyes and everything else really, really simple today. So yeah, that's the makeup of the day. It is about 12:45. I need a darker background, but anyways, it's about 12:45. I got done with my foundation around 12:20ish, and then I was just playing around with TikTok. I mean, I quite like it. It's very comfortable. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. Everything else, like the bronzer and the blush, blended in really well on top. I mean, considering I didn't powder the rest of my face, just the T-zone. So far so good. Again, no primer or anything like that. Very simple makeup, but I will check in with you guys in a few hours. Hey guys, so it is 4:47 now, which means we're at... Why isn't this focusing? Okay. So it's 4:47 now. It's been about 4.5 hours since I've had this foundation on. To be honest, I'm in a hotel room, like I'm not doing anything, so there's really not much to report on. I did change my lip color. I'm wearing this K-Beauty Publicity one. I really love this color. It is so vibrant, and the only time I can wear it is when I have like no makeup on. I absolutely love this one. Anyways, so in terms of the foundation, I can feel a little bit of oil coming through around my nose, literally just my nose area. maybe just a little bit on this side, like just in the middle of my forehead. Like my lip area is definitely creasing. Let me come a little bit closer. As you can tell, I definitely have smile lines forming, and they are, you know, like I can see the oils coming through as well. And I feel like even when I first applied it, I felt like it was quite heavy around my nose area. So, yeah, literally like this entire region feels really, really heavy. It's comfortable, like I don't feel like I'm wearing anything, but it's definitely like if you're standing close to me, like you would notice that I'm wearing a crap ton of foundation. Although, like, I have to say it might not be the case had I not layered it twice. If you were to just do like a single layer and perhaps with a sponge, I think it would sit a lot better. But because we did the double layer with the brush, I think that's why it feels more heavy and more like almost cakey looking. Yeah, there is a lot of texture for sure just around my like this particular region right here. So it's still holding up my blush really well, which is good. Nothing else, nothing major to report on other than that. It hasn't like completely sunk into my pores yet. Like there is still coverage around my pore area, which is okay. Nothing has come through in terms of my freckles or anything. So again, a tick there. It hasn't transferred anything. I've just been working on my laptop, just editing my video and stuff like that. So haven't been leaning much on my hand, but yeah. I will do one more check-in just a little bit before I go to bed, and I'll share my final thoughts with you. Hey guys, it's the final check-in for the day. It is 8:46. I'm doing really well with time today, clearly. I'm very punctual. But honestly, I want to get this video up today, so I'm going to do my best to get it up in the next hour or so. And so I want to wrap it up. 8 hours is a pretty decent time to sort of test out a foundation. That's typically a work day, and that's how long anybody would normally wear, makeup. So I haven't touched up my lipstick. It's still just as is. Let's have a look. I was wearing my glasses just a little while ago. Well, I just took them out before before I sat down to film. So I definitely have a little bit of movement just around where my glasses were. And I am significantly more shiny, especially on my nose area. And, like literally the areas where I powdered, because I know that I tend to get a little bit oily. I am on the drier side most of the times, but sometimes the oils do peek through. So definitely oily just around here, as well as my nose and my forehead area. The fine lines around my lips are no more prominent than they were earlier, so that's okay, but it is looking very heavy, and I think that's more to do with the oils that have come through. My nose as well, I'm definitely not quite happy with the texture that's around my nose, like especially the crevices around my nose, but it hasn't wore off anywhere. Like everywhere I can still see the coverage. My blush is still very intact. Actually in the mirror I can actually see my bronzer. I don't know if like on the monitor I cannot see it as much, but definitely like the bronzer and the blush are intact, even around my nose area where I am that shiny. So just wanted to give you guys a closer look at my skin before I sort of pat it out. So I have a tissue here. I'm just going to blot my face with this, and we're going to see if this transfers and how well, if you were to touch up, does it touch up. I don't have any rice paper or blotting tissues with me, so okay, so it's definitely transferred onto the tissue, right? And some of the areas where we let me see if I can turn the brightness down. Okay, that's much better. So I can definitely see, like, around my nose area, like you can see there is a little bit of a disturbance where we blotted, and also just around my my nostrils, like you can see just over here where my glasses were sitting, that the foundation has shifted. But like this texture, I am not very impressed with that. It normally doesn't happen that way. And also the texture just around my lip area. So not quite happy with that either. But everywhere else, it's looking great, so can't complain. Let's quickly just touch up with powder. I'm going in with the same powder that I used earlier. I'm just going to use a smaller brush because I want to do targeted touch-ups. So we're just going to go around this area. Okay, so after touching up, I feel like it has definitely renewed and redeemed itself. It does touch up really gracefully, which is great. And like, yeah, especially around my cheek area, like I'm quite happy with that. Also, my nose doesn't look that bad now. Even the area where I had my glasses, like that doesn't look as bad, like especially unless you were super close to me, you wouldn't notice it. I can see a little bit of transference just around the tip of my nose. But that just could be me, you know, working and maybe just doing this or eating or anything like that. Again, this area doesn't look too bad, and I think a lot of these things, had I just put one layer of foundation, I think it would have been great. Also, the fact that we didn't set it with a setting spray, I think all of these things would definitely help with the longevity of the foundation. I really do like it. I think I will wear this again. It is something that I can see myself rotating in my daily mix of foundations. It is very comfortable to wear, so I do like that. Even with the 2 layers, I did not feel like it was getting heavy or cakey or anything like that. It does look it, but it doesn't feel it, which is plus in my books. Yeah, I think it's thumbs up for me with this foundation. I'm really, really liking it, and I will continue to use it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care, you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!